Morning, everybody. Hope you're all okay this morning. Aching a little bit. Went out for a nice curry with my brother last night. Yeah, it's good. Let's jump through, see what's happening. Okay, so the GU actually broke some structure last night at the peak. See all this? We've been waiting on the GJ for a while now, possibly over a week. We've had what we need. We've had the push up. We've had a nice little consolidation accumulation period. We've broke the structure. We've left a move behind. It also falls within the 71 and 88. Little box just so you can see it. I will looking to take this one, I think. See how we've pushed down. Now we're sort of flagging. We've been waiting on this breaker structure for, oh God. I had one there, it blasted straight through there. Because I saw that, but obviously I didn't account that for the structure. Same here, really, you could account that, but that is a steep pullback on itself, that, with an accumulation sat at the top. You know, you've got best part of 11, 3, best part of 5 hours accumulating there. The break, retest, might not retest today, it could come down here. We don't know. But that is everything we're looking for. The push to create the break. Leaving imbalance, leaving a banker's candle engulfing in a fib zone. Can't ask for much more for a banker's setup. So that can go. And hopefully this is the point. So we've still got that down here. So that's potentially, I know it's a whirlwind away. So you possibly look to go. First should be there. Previous lows. Then you go in there. Then there. And then finally to collect. So it all depends how patient you are. Finish on a 1 to 21 if you were patient enough and just left it. We are at, let's just jump into the daily. See, there is this up here at 172 that I found. What's happening in the 4? See the 4 we've just had. One will probably give you a better look. Still in structure really in the 1 hour. I mean, it's broke through that candle. So if we go, see, it's broke that. $15 looks really nice. We only have a risk 0.5% anyway. So if it does go the other way, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but I learned from it. But boxes are being ticked. You know, we've had 15-minute move. That candle's broke all this. You know, everything's lining up. Let's just move you out that way. So yeah, GJ, that's possibly my trade for today. The GU. We have actually got a zone set here because we are in We are in sell mode, but we have just rejected a major area. You look, we are in sell mode, but we have just hit a major candle from back here, major candle, that one, and that's obviously the spike off that major candle, but it's not broke. I'd class that as external structure. All this is internal. So until you get up here, you're still internal. So you could turn around at any point. Could turn around here, turn around here, turn around here, could even turn around here, you know. But I'd class that still as internal. So you're either going to see, there's not really much to play with there. Let's just have a look in the 15. So there's that one there, which would looks like we're heading up to now before this massive drop here, but then there's that which sits in the 71, 78, 71, 88. Coming out of an accumulation after a big push. We've come down, we've touched said candle, took off. I managed to get a 1 for 5 out of that one, just on the push off the candle. But yeah, the GU, we're either looking for a turnaround here, or we could see a massive turnaround here with that big setup. Euro USD, let's just took that back, but let's do it right. We go to the daily, looking like in the daily sell mode to me. Looking at, I think we're looking for this here. So where's that coming from? Big push off. Look at that. Big push off. Flag back. What's this here? Push off. Flag back. What's in there? Nothing really. So must be coming from here. What's in there? Let's see what's in the 1 hour. These moves are coming from back in June, April, February. Back as 2020, these orders were placed. Look how spot on that is. You can't write it, I'm sorry. So that's where it started taking off up. So I'd possibly look to go for that nice move. That would be a last down before you're up. But with the little doji there, I'd possibly cover that one and cover that, because that's been taken back a couple of times. That's been taken back a couple of over 3 hours. That one hasn't been touched. It's sat on some IPA. You could possibly go down here for a tighter entry, which will then sit. So that could be a possible reversal. But because we're in sell mode, see how it's trending up. I quite like the look of that. It's a nice big push. Met each other there. That's okay. That's a nice push by the banks there, but they took that back straight away. Bang. So I'd possibly be looking on the Euro US. See how it's not really broke out of itself. So that would be a possible area for me. Previous lows are there. There's a possible 1 to 6 if we have the rejection of where we'd like it. That to me, in fact, I'd probably just have an alert there, because that's all. If they was coming for that imbalance and everything, and then make the way down, because there's a lot of imbalance there. It'd take a lot to take all that back in one hit. No, I like that. If it blasts through there, it blasts through there. They're coming for that then, aren't they? But that's my outlook on Euro, US, Euro Jap. Now I'd put that down there for a breaker structure for this, but it never broke, just carried on. So we're in the hour. Let's go daily. I think this is Jap Yen's been sinking for a while. See, I've got that down there for the breaker structure. Not really. We got here, that's been taken. So I've got one up here. It'd be that, if I'm honest. Where's that sit now? See, it is still climbing. But if we go down to the 15, just have a look through the microscope, see what's. We've had all this little price push. I'm guessing that's just took something back. We've rejected. We broke the structure. Broke 3 levels of structure there. So what's to say that this isn't turning around also? You have your last up before you're down there, well, that's been touched, and then the bank's pushed there. So you have actually got a banker set up there. We've had 2 pushes from the banks. So they're trying to change the direction. Push, push. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's just been taken back. Imbalance. Bankers taken back. So true price. Some imbalance there. Sat on a doji. Lovely bit there. That is from 14th of April. That's definitely somewhere where they'll be heading if they start to push down. But yeah, anything against the Jap Yen this morning looks like it's flipping. Oh dear. A busy couple of days, guys. Let's get some stretching done today, I think. Nice hot soak. Oh. What we got next? The GC. Oh, look at that. Anyway, rules daily. We're dropping. Okay, 4 hourly. There's quite a few lines on here, sorry guys. Not like me. Right, so that has just taken back, and that's in the 4 hour. But we do have this up here, which looks like it's stumbling for. In fact, I like the look of that more. Yeah, I do. Like the look at that. So we'll go there. But hang on. So delete that because it's touched that. Delete that because it's a stop loss. So let me just, that's the move. That's the fib. See, that was the fib for the whole move, and I'm not after the whole move. I only want the move that broke. Okay, down to the 1 hour. Quite like the look of this, guys. See how we've had the push off. Just collected that back. You like the look of this? Just done that. So what's sat here? Can we get that? Now it's just sat on the 88. What are you looking at there? $13. You could, if you wanted to, bring that to that level, but I think that one's been taken back. Yeah, that one, we got to that back. But they didn't take. That back. That's not been taken back. So that's a very nice area for me, that. You're in the extreme of the internal structure. You are in a downtrend. It's in the fib zone of the move that was created to break the structure. Just at the very edge of the fib zone. I mean, these are all nice areas, don't get me wrong, but the decisional areas, they're not they're not extreme areas. I'd class that as an extreme. I mean, they have some big ups and downs, the GC, I have noticed, but they always come back to collect. Look, there, say that's about there, you've collected. It might be back in December, you've collected in March, you know, there's here, January, collected in February. Even there, you wanted a 1-to-1 or something like what you get from that. Long, cover your wick. Even just little moves rejecting, you're getting a 1-to-2. You're not greedy. Even from a rejection that doesn't completely turn round, you can get profits. It's just not being greedy. Yes, don't get me wrong. we'd all love to catch these. But if you can catch that off an area that we can identify, probably take your stop loss in a little bit more. With me being in the 1 hour, you could possibly get it a bit tighter, but you're looking at a 1 to 2 just off a rejection off of bankers. How many rejections? 1 to 2. A lot of people go for 0.5%. It's 4 days trading off a rejection that's going the wrong way. I've never what's the word? I can't even think of the word. I'd never push somebody to trade against the trend. But obviously, as the time goes on, and you learn not to be greedy, not to take as many, push your pips, push. Sit with a 1 to 1. Whatever you're betting, if you're taking that out, again, you've made 100% of your investment. Rinse, repeat. You do that, I don't know, 5 times a week. You're on 5 times your investment just from a 1 to 1. Greed kills everybody in this game, if I'm honest. Can't tell me that there's not one trader that's not wants to catch these big moves. But probability stacks. Yes, we're in a downtrend, but we've had a big push off, still in a downtrend. But there's a rejection there. It's hit the move, it's hit the price line, should we say, and thought, oh no, bulls have tried to push it out. Didn't work, but you got a 1 to 2 out of it. So all probability stacking, and it'll all come clear. You just have to stick with it. So that's the GC. I quite like that. Quite like that for a sell, possibly next week. I've just had a little rejection off here, but nothing too crazy because we've just had the accumulation, the push off, push down. You could have got, that's a banker's box move right there. You see it? Accumulation, we've flagged down, we've had the accumulation, we've pushed off, we've come back to get that from the original bit of accumulation to the pit, took off. Now, they happen every day. I weren't at my computer yesterday, or I would have took this. So I would have had me pending on that bottom candle. My stop loss would have been cut. I'd have probably put my stop loss to 10 pips. If it's under 10, I always drag it to 10. And then look. What are you finishing the day on? 1 to 12. In 15 hours. Just from identifying the accumulation, the break, the retest, but they didn't retest from the break. They retested from the banker's move before the accumulation. Could have caught it on the break there, but you'd have been sat in this accumulation. Then you've had the break. It broke all this. Took all them people out there who's trailing. They've come down, took all these fractal people out here. Just touched on that. All these fractals are gone. And away. 1 to 12. You know, if I was to put, that was the move that broke 71.88, just sat on the 88. and away. And that was just out of New York yesterday, that. I came back for that. Look at that. I like the GC. I've had a couple of good ones on the GC, so I might put that in one of my top 5. I like the GJ because that has some good swings. Done that. So where would I be looking today? I think I've already put it onto. I have. That's my next one with the GC, I think. Looking at 13 pip stop loss, previous lows at the moment. That can all change, but that fib can go. But yeah, obviously we've had this area down here, we broke structure, we've not come back. We've had this area here, broke structure, not come back, but we are still internal. This is all internal. It's not broke this yet. So there's a high probability that they're coming for this. You know, it happens everywhere. It's just having the eye. Once you see them, look, that looks lovely to me. Can go, keep it nice and clean. And you start having these maps drawn out. You see how we've had a big rejection from down here? So, very good at lots of imbalance. Sat on imbalance. That's the move that's the move that broke it. Sat in the 71.88. Not come back. So we could possibly see that. Come back. Might have an arc over. But with 2 areas, we've got a nice extreme for a sell. Same again at the bottom, an extreme for a buy. If that's to go to previous highs, that's your previous highs. So, and what's your stop loss? I'd possibly cover that just to, yeah, you're pretty much there, a little bit over. So 22 pip stop loss on that one. Previous highs would be there. There's 2 opportunities really on the GC, depending which way the banks want to move. We're in that sort of area. Bottom of the map. So we're decisional at the moment, but I do like the look of this up here. GN looks like it's, what's the GN doing? Let's start from where we do normally. What's that look like? We're sort of going sideways really. Got a little bit of a up there, 2017, but ultimately from, what should we say, there, 2020, we've just gone sideways really. It's just started a climb. We've just had a move created. 4 hour. That was taken back. Let's go to the 1 hour. See, there is, I like that. That's why I'm already sat there. It's coming over now. Put that there. Down to the 15, see if we can get it any tighter. Oh yeah, I think so. Nice one, this guys on the GN. I always cover every wick that's down there. We've got an alarm. That's very nice. Move that broke it. Sits in the 71.88. That's a very, very nice trade, that, guys. Nice big swing round. Didn't come back. Sat up here now. We're going to previous highs. Previous highs would be, well, you start there because you've had quite a few. 1, 2, 3. Because we went to the 15-minute and get it a little bit tighter. I mean, even if you were to go to the, looking at a 1 to 5 from there, you know, 20 pip stop loss. Very nice trade, that. In the fib, engulfing setup, sat on some IPA. I've had the break. Just left this. That was the move that broke it. So that's base camp as such. Let it do its thing. This is the GN. So I do quite like that, guys. What does the hour say, trend-wise? So you were still internal structure. It's not broke the external structure yet, so we could possibly see a retracement now. Little spike in, because there is that there. So it's like the double bluffing you. The amount of times I've put a position on that and they've gone for that. So now I just don't even bother with that. Sometimes I'll set an alarm just to give me a warning that it's heading that way, but I will not do anything at these areas. If it goes, it goes. These are my areas, right on the extreme of the price. Yeah, you had a wick there, but ultimately it broke. Nice little retest down here. Don't get me wrong, we'd all love to get 1 to 29s. 1 to 5 will do me. 1 to 5 will do anybody. If you're risking 1% of your account, I only risk 0.5%. So I get them few extra goes. But yeah, I'll get an alert there. And I'll probably set a pending there because I really do like that. Euro, pound. We're definitely in a downtrend. Definitely. Look at that. You've got a massive, massive look at that. Liquidity pool sat underneath all this price. Look at it. How many pips is that? 400. Be nice to catch that, wouldn't it, guys? So we're in a downtrend. We're downtrending. We're downtrending. Big setup in the daily, 4 hourly. Let's get some length on the candles. See this? Now they've just turned. They want that liquidity pool, but they just can't get to it. Oh, hang on. Making my screen stupidly big, guys. Okay, so we're in the 4 hour, don't forget. So you can set this up in the 4 hour if you like. Look at that. You're in the 71.88. You've got imbalance. You've got the break. I know it was that one really that broke it. But when you've got set up like that, sat above it, like I was saying before, that's decisional. That's extreme. So ultimately, that was the move that broke. but we are internal. So anything can happen in here until that gets broke. If that gets broke, then I'll be looking down here. Whatever move broke this structure, the extreme structure, there should be a move sat down here. Let's drop in to the 1 hour. I know we seem a whirlwind away, but we're not. We're really not. Some big news could sort that out. Start a war with another country, or you know what I mean. So it's just little bits of imbalance. Can you see that? I know they're all red, but they sort of touch one another. There's just a little bit there where it hasn't. A little bit there where it hasn't. That move there actually sits on the 71.88 for the up move, even though it's a down candle. You had a push there. Look at that big engulfing setup, but they came straight back for it. So for me, you could either try and tighten it up and go there, but if it sits on the 88 like that, I normally leave it. Put my stop loss line on just a little above the high, and the price short position. You got stop loss of 10. Previous lows are there. So 1 to 8 right there. So I'm getting to the point now, guys, where I'm seeing these moves happening regularly, absolutely regularly, no questions. But obviously, I'm still massively learning myself. I know I've soaked quite a bit in over the time, but ultimately, I'm going to be not a beginner. That's the wrong word. I'm going to be a noob, as they call it, a novice for the next 3 years. That's what they class. Go from 1 to 3 years to become intermediate, as they call it. I'm going to spend the rest of my life learning. You know, it's one of them things that you're not just going to a job learning how to stack a shelf right, face up the packaging. I'm learning a life skill that can absolutely change my life. So whether it takes me 1 year, whether it takes me 10 years, I am learning it, and I'm learning it correctly. I'm learning it from the beginning. The slow way is the fast way. I have things in place that have sorted my finances so I can do this full time. I know some people don't have the luxury, but obviously, you know my story. I was living on nothing, so what I do pay for is minuscule now, because I was living bottom of the bottom. So I literally have my sheltered housing costs and my maintenance towards my children. I managed to get my cost down to absolutely nothing. So I don't have to make an absolute fortune to do this full time. Don't get me wrong, 2, 3, 5, 10, there possibly will be a fortune. But right now, I don't need a fortune to do what I'm doing. As long as my main costs are covered and my health's in check. Because if my health and my mind's not in check, then my trading won't be in check. I can't stress enough how important being in the right mindset before you get on the charts is. I really can't. When I first started out, I wanted to get this, get that, jump in this. You know, it's now I possibly jump in the markets once a week and still get what I was getting when I was in the markets every day, spending no time with my family, doing the complete opposite of what I wanted this platform trading to do. But that was the risk I took to better my life, you know. Yes, me and my partner had arguments, we had this, we've had that, but ultimately she's been behind me, she supported me. and I can't thank her enough. You know, some days I'd sit in here, I don't know, 18 hours, video after video, notepad. I've got so many notepads that are just full of everything, from brainbox ideas to signature pattern moves. You know, I could go on and on and on. I've got, bearing in mind, I've only been going probably 18 months. I've got folders, I've got books, I've got self-education books, you know, working on your mind. Get your mind right, your trading will come, I promise you. Right, I'm gonna go now, guys. I'll get this converted and uploaded, so it should be up in the next half an hour. Have a blessed day, everyone. Peace out. See you on the next one.